In today's episode of Narco Cities, we will be discussing the city of Tijuana, which is the most visited border city in the world and a sister of San Diego. Want to know more about this Mexican city? Watch until the end to learn everything about how Tijuana became a narco city. Before we begin, kindly hit the like button and subscribe for more amazing content like the one you're about to watch. Tijuana is the largest city in Baja California and the second largest city in Mexico, located on the Pacific coast of Baja California. It's the municipal seat and the cultural and commercial center of Tijuana Municipality. Tijuana is known for its San Diego-Tijuana transborder urban area and the largest Southern California axis. The city's name comes from Santiago Argüello Moraga, who built a rancho in 1829 on his Mexican land grant, named Rancho Tía Juana. The first Spanish mission called the settlement before it became a municipality, variously as La Tía Juana, Tijuana, 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 Tijuan, Tijuan, and Tijuana. It was standardized to Tijuana after the 20th century. The commonly accepted theory among historians is that Tijuana, the name of Argüello's rancho, is derived from the word Tijuan, meaning by the sea in the language of the Kumeyaay. The Kumeyaay are the original Aboriginal inhabitants of the San Diego-Tijuana region. On the other hand, urban legends state that Tía Juana, which means Aunt Jane in Spanish, was someone whose inn provided food and lodging to travelers. However, there is no record of such an inn, as the first building in the area was built by Argüello after naming his ranch Rancho Tía Juana. Tijuana is the westernmost city in Mexico and Latin America. It is bordered to the north by the cities of Imperial Beach and the San Diego neighborhoods of San Isidro and Otay Mesa, California. To the southwest is Rosarito Beach, while to the south is the unincorporated territory of Tijuana Municipality. The city is nestled among hills, canyons, and gullies, while its central part lies in a valley through which flows the channeled Tijuana River. Colorado Hill is the highest elevation of Tijuana. In the early 21st century, Tijuana became the medical device manufacturing capital of North America. It is also a growing cultural center and has been recognized as an important new cultural mecca. As the most visited border city worldwide, more than 50 million people cross the border to San Diego yearly. The crossing makes the San Isidro port of entry the fourth busiest land border crossing in the world. It is estimated that the two border crossing stations between the cities proper of San Diego and Tijuana account for 300,000 daily border crossings alone. Recently, Tijuana has become an important city of commerce and migration for Mexico and the US. Despite the violence and border crossing issues, the city has received many tourists from the US, China, Japan, and the south of Mexico. Due to the cultural and business festivals, the city has improved its image before the world, and it stands out as a competitive city for investment. Its commercial and business sector is committed to the boom in the gastronomic industry, craft beer, entertainment, and real estate. Medical tourism helps to attract visitors and investors. It's named the gateway to Mexico for its border and tourist attractions. Tijuana has a great influence on education, politics, transportation, culture, art, production, and migration. It is rated as a high-sufficiency global city by the Globalization and World Cities Research Network. Currently, it is one of the fastest-growing metropolitan areas in Mexico and the largest binational urban area shared between the US and Mexico. In Southern California, Tijuana is often referred to as TJ. Baja Californians have adopted its pronunciation as TJ. In English, the demonym for someone from Tijuana is Tijuanan, while in Spanish, the demonym is Tijuanese. A slang used for a person from Tijuana is Tijuanero. The nickname Tijuas is increasingly popular among residents and visitors alike. Due to a recent increase in violence in the city, a new term is developing. The phrase, Yo Tijuaneo, y tú, translates to I Tijuanate, and you? Tijuana's geographical status is in favor of the development of the city into a narco city. The direct entrance into San Diego and access to the United States citizens that come to enjoy the welcoming atmosphere of Tijuana is the gold mine of drug trafficking in the city. As a commercial and migration hub, Tijuana has all the elements for smooth drug smuggling into the United States. Narco trafficking was first reported in the 1980s when the Arellano Felix brothers, Ramon and Benjamin, moved to Tijuana to engage in the illicit drug trade. The brothers met Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo, the leader of the Guadalajara Cartel, and started working for him. The Guadalajara Cartel is the first official drug trafficking organization to exist in Mexico. After Miguel's incarceration in 1989, the Arellano Felix siblings, consisting of 7 brothers and 4 sisters, took hold of the Tijuana branch of the Guadalajara Cartel. They named it the Tijuana Cartel and were the helm of the operations of the organization as the Arellano Felix Organization, or AFO. the Tijuana Cartel is one of the most impactful and aggressive drug trafficking organizations operating from Mexico. It is undeniably the most violent. The organization is unique for its business-like approach to drug trafficking and organized crime. The Arellano Felix family was said to have created social connections with the high-class figures in Tijuana. It allowed them to access law enforcement and judicial systems in Mexico and street-level individuals in the United States cities. The AFO is responsible for the transportation, importation, and distribution of multi-ton quantities of cocaine, marijuana, heroin, and methamphetamine into the United States from Mexico. The drug trafficking activities of the organization carried out in Tijuana led to various violent happenings. These happenings are ordered and controlled by the Arellano Felix siblings. Ramon Eduardo Arellano Felix is considered the most violent brother among the siblings. He had absolute control over the coordination, organization, and protection details of the organization. The AFO maintains well-armed and well-trained security forces. These forces are described by Mexican enforcement officials as a paramilitary-like, including international mercenaries as advisors, trainers, and members. Ramon's responsibilities consist of murders of the rival drug leaders and unyielding Mexican law enforcement officials. He also oversees the assassination of those Tijuana Cartel members who fall out of favor with the AFO leadership or are suspected of collaborating with law enforcement officials. Ramon oversees and directs the recruitment of officers and hit teams. Enforcers often are hired from violent street gangs in cities and towns in both Mexico and the United States. It's in the belief that these gang members are expendable. They're dispatched to assassinate targeted individuals. They also send warning messages to those who attempt to utilize the Mexicali-Tijuana corridor without paying the area transit tax demanded by the AFO trafficking domain. The Tijuana Cartel is no longer the primary cartel in Tijuana since the Tijuana-Sinaloa turf war, as Sinaloa Cartel now owns most of its trafficking plazas and smuggling routes. The organization also became weakened due to the government's clampdown on drug cartels in the 2000s. The clampdown led to the capture and death of most of the Arellano Felix brothers. Jalisco New General Cartel, or CJNG, is another drug trafficking organization trying to take control of the Tijuana smuggling routes and trafficking plazas. There's no record of any famous drug lords from Tijuana. The drug lords of the various cartels in Tijuana are mostly from Sinaloa, like the Arellano Felix family. However, there are several drug traffickers and hitmen that hail from Tijuana. Though they aren't famous, they work for these cartels, whose drug trafficking plazas are located in Tijuana. Since the 2000s, Tijuana has been recording various violent incidents related to drug trading activities in the city. The homicide rate has rapidly increased over the years, with new peaks recorded in 2008, 2010, 2016, 2017, and 2019. The rise was due to drug wars between the government and rival cartels against the Tijuana Cartel. Recently, homicides have been associated with turf wars between newly springing cartels and old dominating ones. The Mexican government drug war against various cartels in 2006 brought about the 2008 peak as it sought to end the illicit drug trade in the country. The 2010 peak was due to the Tijuana-Sinaloa drug war, which left many people displaced from their homes and many others missing and dead. The homicide rate decreased after the Sinaloa cartel took over. Then, in 2016, it rose due to the regrouping of the Tijuana cartel to gain notoriety again. Several turf wars were leading to different mergers and alliances, and of course, violence. After El Chapo's arrest in 2014, the Sinaloa cartel began to weaken, leading to new cartels, notably the CJNG. The CJNG was after establishing its dominance in all narco cities in Mexico and employed the most ruthless methods to achieve it. It started another drug turf war, which is still ongoing, hence the rapid increase in homicide rates of recent years. Though Tijuana is still a bustling city, it was once known as the deadliest area in Mexico. Recently, the violence and unrest are concerning and have become a dent in the city's economy. Many have lost their lives due to the violence, especially during the late 2000s. There are still search for missing relatives, while some properties are still in ruins. What are your thoughts on Tijuana as a narco city in Mexico? Share in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, like and comment. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You'll find our social media handles in the description below.